So this is the 4th video in my 12 Days of Palette series, which is going to, I guess, continue after the holidays. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I tried and reviewed a lot of these palettes that I've been purchasing over the last couple months. So for this video, I'm talking about the Dreamy Dozen Volume 2 palette from Lawless. And I have tried several palettes from Lawless before. You may have seen my review of the Winter Beach one, which I was not a huge fan of. So I've been a bit skeptical of Lawless generally, but I saw some people talk about this palette and do looks with it, so I really wanted to give it a shot. So I picked it up from the Lawless website during their Black Friday sale, where I got it for 30% off. It is currently on sale both on the Sephora website and the Lawless website, I believe. So you can get it for around $34. And if you haven't used your 20% off code at Sephora, and I get this video up on Sunday, then you can get an additional 20% off of the sale price, which is great. So if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, what I like to do is a swatch portion, so I'll have that timestamp down below, and then I'll also do a demo. So the eye look I have on right now, you can see me apply in real time, and at the end of the video I will give you my thoughts and tell you whether I think this is a palette worth picking up. So without further ado, let's get into the swatches. All right, so this is the Dreamy Dozen Volume 2, net weight 1.20 grams times 12, so a little over a gram per shadow. And this retailed for $43. It is now marked down to $34.40 on the Sephora website. And I think it's about that on the Lawless website as well. So this is limited edition. I didn't pick up the previous Dreamy Dozen, Volume 1, I guess. I have purchased a few Lawless palettes. So I had the one eyeshadow palette, the larger one, the baby one, the little one, and the Winter Beach one. So I did a video about this palette, which I will link for you, and I did not think very highly of it, unfortunately. But this one is new limited edition. It says a luxe, creamy, and oh so dreamy ultra wearable palette with neutral buttery mattes and sparkling foils for endless looks from basic to bombshell. It does have a mirror, as you can see, and it is magnetic, so you get 12 shadows. So it says, there's nothing more luxe, creamy, and oh so dreamy than a gorgeous neutral color palette. From ultimate everyday looks to dramatic glam, this palette can do it all. Featuring buttery mattes and sparkling foils in a range of milky to dark chocolates, lavish champagne to copper metals, and of course a rich darkest black. The possibilities are endless. So it looks like we get a 24-month shelf life, and it's made in the USA with imported and domestic ingredients. So I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'll swatch this one by row. And I did briefly swatch this one in store at Sephora. I had a little bit of a sense of what the shadows were going to be like, but you know how palettes get in Sephora when everyone has their paws in them. All right, so that's the first row. So pretty nice mattes and shimmers, metallics there. All right, so before I move on, I should say that I do wish they had the shade names on the actual palette, but they do have it on this packaging. Okay, so the top row, the shade Shortbread is a matte beige. The shade Glaze is a foiled nude. Soft Touch is a matte rosy beige. And Aura is a foiled sienna. All right, so going into the next row, we have Midas is a foiled honey. Brandy is a matte warm chocolate. Scorpio is a foiled warm champagne. And Crystal Honey is a foiled chocolate. So I think this is the kind of basic color story that a lot of people will be able to get a lot of use out of for everyday looks. The final row, the first shade here is Mahogany. It is a matte, rich caramel. The next one is the shade Stellar, and this is kind of what sold the palette for me. This one is a foiled, rich mauve taupe. Next up we have Cola, is a matte coffee. And finally, Eclipse is a matte black. It looks like there's a little bit of sparkle in there, but I think that might just be from another shadow. It's not like a sequin shade. So those are the deeper shades in the palette. And yeah, I will be able to fit everything on my arm. Might have to zoom out here. So that is as far out as I can zoom for you guys, but I will zoom in so you can have a closer look. Yeah, nothing kind of revolutionary in terms of like special formulas or anything, but it doesn't have to be. All right, so that is it for the swatches. And that's how the palette looks after swatching. Let's see how it performs on the eyes. All right, so I think I'm just going to talk you guys through what I'm doing for this particular eye look. So I'm going to start off with my Fenty primer here. Let me know if you have a preferred style of these demos, if you like the voiceover, if you like music, if you like it kind of in real time like this, and I can take that into account. I'm setting the primer with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I'm desperately trying to completely use this up. I'm just waiting for it to shatter, and then I can break out my backup. So there is a cream shade in this palette that I think I will be able to use kind of all over the lid, but I still like the kind of extra insurance of setting my eyelid. So using that cream shade with my Sigma Large Fluff E50, and I just like to kind of set a base all over the lid. So it's been a while since I filmed my review of the Winter Beach one, and I haven't gone back and watched it, so I'm not sure exactly what I said, to be honest. I remember the shimmer shades being a little kind of underwhelming. Okay, so I'm going to go in with that mid-tone kind of rosy brown, and this is the Sonia G Classic Crease. So just sticking that in the crease. And I keep my eyes open and just look ahead so I can go a little bit above my natural crease. It helps make my eyes look a bit bigger with hooded lids. So just doing that. And then I'm going to take my flat definer. This is from the same Sky Eye Set, I think it's called. So same shade as I was just using. And I did set my concealer, but even so, I find it's helpful just to have a little bit of shadow. You can also take this brush with your powder and just take it right under the lash line. Okay, so let's go in with the mini booster. I'm gonna go for the darker brown because I want a bit of a cooler brown, and I think these shadows are pretty forgiving. So I think even the darker shades, you're able to use them on my skin tone without too much trouble. So I like creating this kind of outer V or 7 shape, I've heard it described. Again, just trying to kind of lift the eyelid. And then after I do that, I like to go back in with the crease brush, and I can either add some additional shadow. I'm seeing some sparkle. I really need to wash my brushes, so I don't think they're like 100% clean. I am wiping them off on a paper towel, but still. So, okay, so I'm gonna leave it for there. And what I want to do, the shade that kind of made me want this palette really, is the shade Stellar. So it's this kind of taupey shade down here. And I'm gonna take that on a rougher 28 brush, and quite a bit picks up. So I already did my base. So there is, I think, going to be a little bit of fallout, if you can see that. But yeah, it's definitely more foiled. So I think that's pretty. All right, so just brushing away some of that excess. So doing the same on the other side. And one thing you can do with a palette like this, if you want to add a little extra dimension, I mean, that's pretty impressive. I watched Geek Out of Water, Shelly's review, and she used this shade, and that kind of, like I said, sold it for me. So I don't mind if the shimmer gets a little bit into my crease, and I even kind of help it do so a little bit, just to have kind of an even look on both eyes. And I'm taking the same, or following the same kind of shape that I did with that matte shade. So I could blend this to be a little bit more diffused. So again, taking my classic crease and just lightly going over the edge. And then again, taking the rougher 28 and just wiping it off. I'm gonna start with that like lighter shimmer. And this is just a dry brush. So I don't want to build up the shadow too much because I don't want it to look too textured. I'm going to take a little bit more of that taupey shade again, just kind of where the two meet, because I don't want it to like lose too much of that impact. So I think that's pretty. Again, nothing revolutionary. Reminds me a bit of like the House Labs palette I tried a while ago from the original launch. So that's how everything looks just by itself. And I think, just to demo for you, what I'll do is I picked up the entire set of the Moira Chromatic Charms. So these are basically Moira's version of the Urban Decay Moondust. So I'm going to take the shade 01 Fairy Dust, and I want to see what happens if I just tap a little bit of a more, I don't know, interesting formula on top. This does have some fallout. So yeah, you can see that that does give it a little bit more something. I think that's been my preference lately, is for kind of a topper type shade, just to add a little bit more dimension. So I think that's all I want to do really with the shadows. So I'm gonna hop off camera to do liner and mascara, and then I'll be back to tell you what I think of this palette. All right, so we're back. So I used the Lisa Eldridge eye pencil in Cinder Smoke, and then my Tarte Lights Camera Splashes, the Clinique Bottom Lash, and I used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Fair lip pencil and the Lisa Eldridge lipstick in Painterly. So I'll have everything linked down below for you, of course. But yeah, let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. So I think that this is a pretty good basic eyeshadow palette for the price, especially if you can get it on sale for like $34. I think that's pretty decent for 12 shadows. And of course, if you're able to get it on even a better sale, like 20% off of that, that would take it to like 20 something, I guess. So I think that's good. You get a mirror, you get a magnetic palette, a lot of basic shades that I think a lot of people will find very useful and kind of easy everyday shades. If you have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, you probably have this over and over again in your collection. So I don't think there's anything super special about this palette that you should like run out and buy it. But if you were considering it, I don't think it's a bad buy. I think it's, like I said, pretty basic, good range of mattes. You get 3, 4, 5, 6 mattes, 6 shimmers. So yeah, so it's not going to win any awards for innovation, but I think you will be able to get some pretty looks out of it, and especially if you have some of those topper shades like you find in the Moon Dust shadows, or some of the Natasha Denona formulas, or like the Moira ones I showed you. You can add those in just to give it a little bit more something, kind of elevate it a little bit, and I think you'll be pretty happy with it. So I wouldn't say that I've become like a Lawless convert necessarily, but I enjoyed this well enough and I don't regret buying it. I'm also wearing her blush, by the way, in the shade Angel. And I wanted to give this a shot because I really like the MAC Glow Play blushes. I pretty much have all of those at this point, and I just wanted to see how this formula was. I don't think I prefer this blush formula to like the MAC Glow Play. It's just not quite as effortless in my opinion. There's some other formulas kind of in this vein that I want to try out, but yeah, again, I don't regret trying it. If you were interested in any Lawless products, I don't know if this will show up anytime soon, but the Good Morning America or The View, they have those kind of flash sales periodically, and I see Lawless quite often. So especially if you were interested in any of the Forgive the Filler lip glosses or the blushes or anything like that, you're able to get those for half off a lot of times. So that might be something worth considering if you are interested in Lawless generally. So that's going to do it for this palette review. Let me know if you guys have tried this palette or any palettes from Lawless, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.